Bugungi darsimizda Cambridge 12 kitobning Passage 2 test 7 ni analizini ko'rib chiqamiz. Passage 2 da o'zingiz hozir bilganingizdek, birinchi navbatda xo'p, nimaga qarashimiz kerak, nimaga e'tibor berishimiz kerak, title'ga e'tibor bergan holda nima bizdan so'ralayotganligini topishga harakat qilishimiz kerak. The intersection of health science and geography. Unda health science bilan geografiyani intersection birlashish, chatishib ketish qismini haqida ma'lumot berish. Chatib ketish haqida ma'lumotni topishimiz kerak ekan va bu qismda o'z ko'rganingizdek birinchi navbatda savollarga qaragan holda nima bizdan qanaqa strategiya ishlatish kutilayotganligini topishimiz kerak. Bu qismda bu paragraf content information qaysi paragraf quyidagi informatsiyani contain qilar ekan, sazerate qilar ekan va o'z ko'rganingiz bu qismda and you may use analyzer more than once. Bitta harfni ikki marta ishlatishingiz mumkin, ikki marta ishlatishimiz kerak. Kamida bitta harfni undan tashqari one word only. Demak, bu qismda bizda faqatgina bitta so'z ishlatish va bu qismda summary completion, just filling the gap qismini tugatish birgalikda kerak bo'ladi. Men bu savollar xohlagan joyda kelganligi sababli birinchi navbatda paragraflar o'qigan holda, keyin esa javoblarni topishga harakat qilamiz 2 daqiqadan keyin. Hey. Tamam, qoldi. Aytib bermaysizlar. Hop, endi boshladik. O'qiymiz. While many diseases that affect humans have been eradicated due to improvements in improvements in vaccinations, availability of healthcare, there are still areas around the world where certain health illnesses are more prevalent. In a world that is far more globalized than even before, people come into contact with one another through travel, living closer to each other. As a result, viruses and other infections resistant to antibiotics are becoming more and more common. Ba'zi bir diseaselarni yo'qotib ketishganligi va boshqalarni esa ko'payib ketib borganligi haqida ma'lumot berilgan. Xo'p, javobini ko'ramiz. Certain diseases have disappeared thanks to better and healthcare. Healthcare bor, better vaccination bo'ladi. Improvement better ni sinonim, vaccinations javob bo'ladi. Better vaccinations. E'tibor beringlar, bu qismda vaccinations yozilgan paragrafda vaccinations deb ko'chirishingiz kerak. Vaccination deb yozib qo'ysangiz xato bo'ladi. E'tibor beringlar. Vaccinations. Next one. Because there is more contact between people are losing their usefulness. Demak, shunda odamlar orasida kontakt ko'p bo'lganligi sababli mana nimadir o'zining usefulnessini, foydali jihatlarini yo'qotyapti. There are infections resistant to infeksiyalar resistant to antibiotics. Demak, shunda antibiotiklar o'zini anasini yo'qotyapti, kuchini yo'qotyapti. Antibiotics. Because there is more contact between people, antibiotics are losing their usefulness. Keyingi qismga o'tib ketamiz. Keyingi qismga o'tadigan bo'lsak, acceptance that not all diseases can be totally eliminated. Bu A'ga to'g'ri keladi, chunki ko'payib ketyapti degan ma'lumot bor bizda. Balki yo'qdir, topamiz, ko'ramiz. Examples of physical conditions used. No. Geography can often play a very large role in the health concerns of certain populations. For instance, depending on where you live, you will not have the same health concerns as someone. Depending on where you live, you will not have the same health concerns as someone who lives in a different geographical region. Perhaps one of the most obvious examples of this idea is malaria-prone areas, which are usually tropical regions that foster a warm, damp environment, in which the mosquitoes can give people the diseases can grow. Malaria is much less of a problem. High altitude, for instance, ma'lum bir hududlarda qaraganda geografik lokatsiyaga qarab ma'lum bir kasallikning ko'payib ketishi yoki kamayib ketishi haqida ma'lumot berilgan. Xo'p, mana bu qismda most likely to be found in hot, damp regions. Disease causing what? One damp environment, the mosquitoes can give people diseases, and this disease can grow. Mana disease causing mosquitoes. Job mosquitoes. Mosquitolar bo'ladi javobimiz. Keyingi qismga o'tamiz. One cause of pollution is pollution haqida ma'lumot yo'q. Keyingi qismga o'tishni boshlaymiz. In some countries, geographical factors influence health and well-being of the population in very obvious ways. In many large cities, wind is not strong enough to clear the air of the massive amounts of smoke and pollution that cause asthma, lung problems, eyesight issues, and more in the people who live there. Part of the problem is, of course, the massive numbers of cars being driven. In addition to factories and on coal power, the rapid industrialization of some countries in the recent years has also led to cutting down of forests and the expansion of big cities, which makes it even harder to fight the pollution with the fresh air that is produced by plants. Demoqsimda pollution haqida asosiy ma'lumot berilgan. One cause of pollution is that burn a particular fuel. Demoqsimda coal power bor, factories run on coal power. Demoqsimda factories, ya'ni zavodlar qaysiki yondiradi particular fuelni. Factories, ya'ni factories, fabrikalar. Keyingi qismga o'tib ketamiz va keyingi rangni tanlaymiz. I'm tired of this color. Maybe right. Hop, keyingiga o'tamiz. The growth of cities. The growth of cities has an impact on nearby what? As some countries recent years led to cutting down those forests and allows the expansion of big cities. Yirik shaharlarni kengayishiga yordam berish uchun cutting down forest, ya'ni forest o'rmonlarni kesib tashlashibdi. Forests yaqindagi davom o'sha atrofdagi o'rmonlarni kesib ketishiga sabab bo'lgan ekan. Growth of cities, ya'ni shaharlarni o'sishi degan ma'lumot bor. Xo'p, diniy aqvolimizda keyin javoblarni ko'ramiz. It's in situations like this that the field of health geography comes into its own. It's an increasingly important area of study in the world where diseases like polio are emerging, respiratory disease continue to spread, and malaria-prone areas are still fighting to find a better cure. Health geography is a combination of on the one hand, knowledge regarding geography and methods used to analyze and interpret geographical information. The study of health, diseases, and healthcare practices around the world. Demak, bunda kombinatsiya health geography nimani kombinatsiya ekanligini tushuntirishgan ekan. The aim of this hybrid science is to create solutions for common geographical basic to health problems. While people will always be prone to illness, the study of how geography affects our health could lead to eradication of certain illnesses. People will always be prone to illness. Demak, nima aytib bordi? Digi o'xshayapti-da. Chunki people will always be prone to illness degani odamlar doim illnessni, ya'ni kasallikni yuqtirib oladi degani o'sha qismda ma'lumot borda. That's prevention of others in the future. Understanding why and how we get sick, we can change the way we treat illnesses. This is specific to certain geographical locations. Bu qismda health geographyni nima ekanligi, nimaga muhimligi, qanaqa maqsadda ekanligini haqida ma'lumot berilgan ekan. Xo'p, is one disease that is growing after having been eradicated. Ya'ni yo'q qilgandan keyin yana qayta rivojlanayotgan nima edi? O'sha kasallik. Demak, bu re-emerge degan ma'noni ko'ring. Mana re-emerge yo'qsida polio bo'ladi javobimiz. Polio. Keyingiga o'tib ketamiz. A physical barrier such as can prevent people from reaching a hospital haqida ma'lumot yo'q hozircha. Kutib turamiz shu uchun ham. Keyingisiga o'tamiz. Example of physical condition caused by human behavior. Demak, shunda odamlarni поведение natijasida sodir bo'ladigan physical condition bu mana large cities, pollution, C bo'ladi. Keyingisiga o'tamiz. Reference to classifying diseases on the basis of how far they extend geographically haqida ma'lumot yo'q. Hozircha reasons why levels of access to healthcare can vary within the country haqida ma'lumot yo'q. Description of health geography as a mixture of different academics bor. Ustida yozilgan kombinatsiya deb yozilgan. Demak, ustida D bo'ladi javobimiz. Katta ehtimol bilan mana ayni o'chirib tashlaymiz. Mana bu D 2 marta ishlatilgan bo'ladi. Demak, 14D, 18D, demak bu N bilan ishlatik, nota bilan ishlatik, bo'ldi, qayta qaraymiz degan bo'ladi. Description of type of area where a particular illness is rare. Demak, ustida description of a type of area qanaqadir joy turi va particular illness is rare B deb o'qiganda men eslasam. Mana bu ustida yozilgan malaria is much less of a problem in high altitude deserts. Demak, ustida yuqori dengiz sathidan yuqorida turgan joylashgan desert cho'llarda bu malariya muammo emas haqida ma'lumot berilgan. Mana shu uchun ham bu B bo'ladi. Xo'p, nima necha savol qoldi o'zi? B, DC 16 qoldi. 17 qoldi, 18, 19 topilgan, 26 qoldi. Xo'p, keyingi qismni o'qiymiz, javoblarni topishga harakat qilamiz. EF G ni o'qiymiz, EH ni EF o'qiymiz, GH ni alohida ikkalasini birgalikda o'qiymiz. Xo'p, demak buni Geography of disease and ill health analyzes the frequency with which certain diseases appear in different parts of the world, overlays the data with the geography of region to see if there could be a correlation between two. Health geographers also study factors that could make a certain individual or population more likely to take an ill specific health disease as compared to the population of another area. Health geographers in this field are usually trained as healthcare workers, have an understanding of basic epidemiology as it relates to the spread of disease among the population. Bu qismda o'sha health geographyni nima haqida ekani haqida ko'proq ma'lumot berilgan. Classifying diseases on the basis of how extent geographic haqida ma'lumot ko'rmadik. Level of access haqida ma'lumot ko'rmadik hozircha. Hech comparing ko'rmadik hozircha. Demak, ida javobimiz yo'q. Researchers study the interaction between humans and their environment that could lead to illness, asthma in places and higher levels of pollution, and work to create a clear way of categorizing illnesses, disease and into local and global scales. Mana qismda geografiya bo'yicha local and global scale ga bo'lamiz deyishgan. Shuning uchun ham reference to classifying diseases, how far the extent. Demak, qismda paragraph F ni olishimiz mumkin. Inglizga o'tib ketamiz. Demak, qismda ketdi. Maps the spread of illnesses, attempt to identify reasons behind the increase decrease in illness, such as work, spread and emergency, blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. Demak, bu qismda F da bitta javobni topdik. 17 qoldi. 26 qoldi. Shunga ketamiz, keyin move on. Yana move on qilamiz. Xo'p, the second subcategory of health geography is geography of healthcare provision. The group studies the availability of healthcare resources. The individuals population around the world in both developed and developed countries often very large discrepancy between options available to people in different social classes, in some brackets and level of education. How now reasons why level of access to healthcare can be very different. There was the reasons why level of access to awesome 10 out of 10. You're the best. Awesome. You're the best. While level of access to healthcare can vary within a country, ma'lumotlar berilgan. Income brackets, social classes, levels of education haqida ma'lumot berilgani sababli buni G deb olamiz. Bo'ldi, ketdik. Keyin qismga o'tamiz. Tez o'tib ketayotgan bo'lsam xafa bo'lmaysizlar, chunki men o'zi charchadim. Shuning uchun ham tez javoblarni bermayman-da, tez ko'rsataman-da, qaysi qismdan olinganligini o'tib ketaman. Physical barriers such as what? Mountain, mana mountain, physical barrier. Mountain. That's just a mountain. Turibdi qaranglar, tushuntiraman. E'tibor berishga masalan, bu qismda shu videodan eng muhim ma'lumot oladigan videosi bo'lishi mumkin. Masalan, ma'lumot olgan qismingiz artikelga qarash kerak. O'sha birorta so'z yozayotganingizda nima yozilganiga e'tibor berish kerak. Bu qismda artikel bor. Demak, bu birlikdagi narsa bo'ladi. Physical barrier. Demak, bu qismda qanaqadir jism bo'ladi. Mana bu qismda mountain yozilgan. O'sha uchun ham birlik ko'plikka e'tibor qaratsanglar, javobni topish osonroq bo'ladi. Shu bilan bugungi videomiz o'z oxiriga yetadi. Kommentlarda izohlaringizni, shikoyatlaringizni qoldiring. Shu bilan keyingi videolarda sizlar bilan ko'rishguncha xayr.